Now what I thought we could do is I've been seeing a ton of these like draw yourself as your, you know, your Spider-sona on Twitter and Instagram. And I love Spider-Mans and he's like the only reason I want to learn how to draw men. So we have a connection. But I thought what we could do is I'll show you my process of designing like the outfit. And then once we're done with that, I'll try and make maybe a comic book cover based off of the character we create. I think that could be a fun challenge. So yeah, let's see what we come up with. So I've been drawing a bunch of like Spider-Man here and kind of want to look into some of the other Spider characters. Like Spider-Woman has a pretty cool outfit. I think they just redid her outfit recently. And then there's Spider-Gwen. So I want to try and draw a couple of those, maybe small. And I want to really pay attention to the black and white values. Like I'm not going to worry about color right now. That's something we'll figure out later. Spidey eyes. I made a newbie mistake and didn't leave enough room for the legs. I really like the Spider-Man homecoming suit with like the black accents like this-ish. No, I don't want to spend too much time on these. These are just for reference here. Spider-Gwen, I'll have to look up the reference. I don't know if I've ever drawn her before, now that I think about it. Oh, and you have Miles too. So many good suits. Let's try to move her up a little so I have room for her on the page. Put her in my basic standing there girl pose that I draw everyone in. She doesn't actually have a spider on her chest, she just has this shape. That's interesting. Glad I decided to draw her. Got a little sass here. It's kind of weird that I've never drawn her before, because it's like, what, female Spider-Man? You'd think that'd be like right up my alley, but I don't know. Just a Peter Parker Spider-Man kind of girl, I guess. I don't know. Never really thought about it. Peter looks like such a dork next to her because I don't know how to draw guys. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Getting better, definitely. I have space to kind of look into one other outfit, and I could do Miles, but since I'm going to be drawing a girl character in the end, I kind of want to do Spider-Woman, her new design with like the pants. And then there's also Silk, who has a really cool outfit. Dang. Okay, I changed mine. I'm drawing Cindy Moon instead. I like her outfit better. I'll just draw her right here. Spiderweb sticks out like this. Oh, do I want to do the long hair version or the short hair version? Alright, now that I kind of have their little sketches out, I want to do the whole point in doing this, which is really pay attention to the black and white values. I'm going to do that with... I'm going to do it with this dual tip, oh, we'll come back here, marker. So one side it's got a brush, and on the other side it's got a bullet nib. So now what I'm focusing on is what part of the drawings are like solid black, because I think that'll really help me design my own. Just looking for those values, seeing what kind of like designs each of the characters is made up of. And then if I have any spot that needs like a lot of dark areas filled, I can use the brush. Trying to pay attention to how many lines the comic book artists usually use. I already messed up, but something I'm paying attention to now. What makes Spider-Man, you know, look like Spider-Man? What makes Spider-Gwen look like Spider-Gwen? What makes Silk look like Silk? And then maybe I'll be able to like take elements that I like and even come up with my own once I get an idea of like how they're kind of, you know, designed. This is really important, especially since I've never drawn a lot of these characters. She actually has red eyes. It's actually really cool. Now this is where that brush pen comes in real handy. There you go. And then lastly we need to do Silk. Go, a nice quick study of some of the characters in the Spider universe. And by quick study I mean half an hour or more. We won't talk about it. Anyway, I was definitely noticing some themes when it came to all of these different drawings, and one of those is like harsh, sharp corners. So you'll see like there's a harsh corner, there's some corners, there's a ton of corners on here that I didn't really color in very well. Anyway, that seems to be a theme. The other thing is, with these three at least, tight outfits. Picked these three because their outfits are just so different. I know if you've seen like some of the Spider-Verse comics, there are a lot of the different Spider-Mans that have very similar looking outfits. And so I wasn't gonna draw a bunch of those. I picked three that I thought were very different. So now I think it's about time we start, I don't know, turning myself into Spider-Man. Again, I'm leaving the color for later, but I'm sure you know what colors I'm going to pick. Not really entirely sure how to go about that. I know what I like and what I don't like from these designs. Like I definitely prefer the nice bug eyes, you know, Spider-Man looking thing. I feel like whenever I have my hair down, it just gets in my way, so I definitely would not be able to fight crime with my hair down. So I think the mask is going to be the way to go for that. I mean, it could be like a ponytail that sticks out, but that just seems... weird. The other thing I really like from these other ones is when they have the little logo in the center, like a classic superhero. So I think I'll just include a spider. Real original. I shouldn't have tried to draw a fancy pose. I don't even know what the outfit looks like yet. I like how both the girls have like details around the hips without having like giant holes in your outfit, you know? I'm gonna take a little from silk. Had those jagged edges like that. But I also like how like the homecoming outfit has those dark lines that, you know, are solid black and not like a particular color. Classic brick wall. What if we take some more of those jagged lines and pull some up at the sleeves, kind of for that princess off the shoulder look. Ooh, what if these lines are part of the spider's legs? That kind of makes it more like the PS4 suit. They really took advantage of like the spider legs and incorporated them into the outfit. If you've ever seen that. So then what should we do with these legs? You liked it? And then these legs could maybe come out like that and be a part of that leg. Ooh, I think they're onto something. Not sure I'm incorporating it quite well, but that's really kind of nifty. I think we should make these ones come a little further out like that. Maybe this section can have that cool spider texture. And so can like this section, like every other, can have the spider texture. I don't know, work with me here. Just trying to figure it out. We got lots of paper left. I should really draw this in a more basic pose like I did with those ones so I can really get an idea of what this character looks like. These lines are giving me too much Miss Marvel vibes. We should probably give her some extra web fluid on some kind of utility belt, kind of like Peter has over here. Those should probably be higher, shouldn't they? They'd kind of get in the way that low on your hips. Not a terrible first go. Let's draw the character in more of a closer to like a T pose so that I can really figure out what the outfit looks like, because like limbs are kind of getting in the way here. I'm having a hard time seeing the difference. Draw her a little shorter so she's a little bit more accurate to me. Move the arms way out here so they're not in my way. No room for that hand, but it's not a big deal. Got the basic outline shape done. Now I can really look at refining this design that we have going on here. So it's kind of all centered around the spider. So let's draw that, like that. So that's the body of the spider. So then the top legs, I have them coming out and then towards the neck. Same with this one. And then this section actually has webbing. All right, the next leg comes upwards and something like this-ish. Well, we know this leg comes out more like this. They probably shouldn't touch. So more like that. Maybe, I guess we had it just kind of following along with that leg, like that. But I also had like this extra line that was right here. Not sure if we'll keep that. Well, I guess we kind of have to if I want to do one of these and then keep that spider texture, or the web texture, I guess it is. Actually, what if I make the belt actually visible like that? Kind of interesting. I feel like we have a lot going on. It might be even too much. All right, and then maybe since we have so much going on up here, we'll kind of leave the legs really simple, kind of like silk. One design right under the kneecap that can incorporate that web texture that I love so much. And then I'll just leave the legs, or the feet, I mean, plain. And I kind of like the idea of incorporating some black, like both Gwen and Silk have over there. Probably the legs. That's what they did. So it's not very original, but I like their designs, you know? I mean, there's a reason they put their designs in the comic. I mean, it's because they look good, you know? Might have went a little overkill. I'm kind of liking this. This is really fun. I can see why everyone's doing it. And, I mean, it's a good way to fill that emptiness that's left inside me after seeing Into the Spider-Verse. Like, I loved the movie. Honestly, freaking loved it. I'll buy it. Like, I'll watch that a million times. But like there's this thing that happens at the beginning of the movie, and if you've seen this, you know what I'm talking about, and it like happens and it doesn't give you like enough time to really process what happened, so you kind of just forget about it, and then the movie, you know, progresses, and then the movie ends, and you walk out of the movie and you're like, haha, that after credit scene was really, really funny, and then your stomach just sinks, and you remember what happened at the beginning of the movie, and that's the emptiness that I feel. Man, I love that movie. Only good movies can make you feel things, you know? There we go. I'm liking it. Something like that. All right. But now I need to figure out what the colors are gonna be. I'm actually really liking this design. It's growing on me. I mean, I never hated it, but I'm starting to really like it, you know? I think I got most of it. I'm going to give a quick erase. Hopefully it's all dry. Now you may notice I haven't drawn in the web pattern because I'm not sure if I'm gonna color that in with like a white gel pen or not. So I'm leaving that plain for now. All right, now I really want to use purple. I just need to see if I can find the right purple. I could use that as the black color instead of having a solid black. I can only ruin the drawing, right? I actually really like this and I'm scared for it. I just like this shape of the shoulders and the way the neck's cut and that neckline, you know, and then yeah, I'm liking it. Okay. Now these Ohu brush pen things, they don't have a very nice point. It's pretty like blown out at the end, so you can't get super detailed. But for just like quickly blocking out colors, they work really nice. Mostly I just use them for bullet journaling. I rarely use them for art anymore. Ooh, it's looking cool. I'm liking it. Alright, I think that's it for the dark purple. Try and lighten up this purple even more. That way we can have more contrast between the colors. Because one of the biggest faults in like the Ohu markers is they're all a very similar tone. And so you can't really make anything pretty with them. Or find any contrast between the colors. Unless they're a very different hue. Something I didn't notice when I was designing it is there's a section here that's just plain white. I'm not sure what to do with. Then I could actually use that same purple color to draw these lines and like the web shooters. There we go, there's my first coloring attempt. Not 100% in love with it. I think I could use another go, maybe by using better art supplies. I kind of was limited by the colors. Let me just give that another sketch-a-rooney. Which is a shame because I really liked that pose that I came up with for that one. I think one of my least favorite parts about this was this section. I wasn't sure what to do with it. I think this time I'm gonna leave it the light purple. Well, if that ends up being purple, it's gonna be the light purple. Getting pretty used to the design though. I seem to be able to draw it pretty fast. I know some people's Spider-sonas are like super original and like they'll layer it with different clothes, kind of like Miles in Spiderverse where he wears like the hoodie and the shorts, which honestly is my favorite part of his design. Like when he took all that off, I was like, oh, I kind of miss it. But I just really wanted to design like a classic suit. I don't know, that's just where I was being pulled. I'm gonna grab my watercolors for this. These puppies. Now, ELO Sketchbook isn't meant for watercolors, which is what I'm using right now. But I think it holds up well enough for like simple things. I'm not gonna be putting a bunch of layers down, so I think we'll be fine. Some color options here. And this little section here. And then I think we'll just keep this all light color. That way it actually shows the spider a little bit more. Like with this one, the spider's kind of more hidden. And then I need that same color for the knees. There. I like that. Okay. And then the belt can be colored the same color as the outfit. There we go. Can't complain too much about that one. Right, and then we can color in this with the dark color. As much as we can, you know, before we grab actual fine liners. Right, and then the legs are the last part of this. A little bit of like a Deadshot, Deadpool vibe. Probably all the black. Make sure these legs of the spider are pretty obvious. The now subtle utility belt. There we go. Do you see some improvement there when you use better art supplies? I quite like it. So I won't show you this, but I'm gonna thumbnail a bunch of ideas and then move on to like a comic book sized piece of paper. And then we'll go from there. Alright, so I spent a good while thumbnailing some ideas. I think I got one that I like. Hopefully. And then I cut out a piece of paper about comic book shape, so it's like kind of like 6 and something by 9 and almost 10 something. I don't know, I'm not gonna claim to know. I just measured a comic book. Anyway, little space up here for text since it's a comic book cover, right? And then we want to make sure our character is kind of centered in this area. Let's see, what kind of swishy motion do we want here? Make sure we draw really light so we can erase, since this isn't like a pose that I'm going to be very comfortable with. I draw standing still people. Alright, see, I'm already noticing this is too big because it's cutting into the text space. Something like this. I don't know if you can see that. It's a couple lines, basically, and just trying to keep it really soft. To figure out these legs. That's not too shabby. Something like that. Alright, this shoulder feels like it's a little low, so I'm gonna try and move that up a bit. Now that I got a pretty good idea where the character's gonna go on this, and I can't move it because this isn't digital, I'm gonna start figuring out how I want the background to look. And then a shorter building here. Oh, should probably keep it pretty simple since this is the first time I'm doing this sort of thing. I'm gonna start refining this sketch. Adding some more details and things like that. Alright, and add the spider to her outfit here. Something like that. And then the next leg's here-ish. Extra web fluid. Alright, need to just figure out this arm here. Although a lot of it might end up being blocked by the words. Alright, there you go. Got the gist of it down. This is a more older building and that's like a newer building. Figuring it out as I go. Alright, now I just need to do the text and I think I can start coloring it. Looks like it says Slytherin. Like that. Okay, now I think I'm gonna go watercolor again. It worked pretty well over there, so I don't know, feel kind of comfortable with that. I'm running out of room on my desk. I have a few too many art supplies out here though. I'm going to color the character first. That's all this section. Oh, and the web shooters as well. Is there anything else? Oh, those little knee parts. Gonna add even more water to that and color in some of these windows to keep with the purple theme. And maybe even this whole building, because that's all windows. I think I need to let this dry before I touch it again. There's a lot of wet spots. I should have taped it down though. Some atmospheric something down here. I don't like how perfect all the lines are. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to do? I'm just trying to like blur the edges here. So it's not so perfect. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I mean like, come on, you know what I'm saying. Alright, this is what it looks so far. I need to wait for things to dry. I'm being really impatient. I use like a big fat brush for all the beginning things because I'm just like filling in color. And then when I do details after it's dry, I usually use a smaller brush. Is that the first time I've ever drawn an air conditioning unit on my channel? Probably. I want to add some darker tones up in this corner. It feels a little too light. So I'm taking this purple, fill in there, and then lighten it as I go down. I'm gonna add some like brick texture down here. Alright, it's all dry, woohoo! Okay, now it's time to start adding in the little finer detail-y things with the liner. I don't know why I said that so weird. I'm really crowded. I feel like I have way too much stuff on my desk. But I want to start with the eyes, because that's my favorite part. I'm using a 03 Prismacolor Premiere. And I think I'm using this for the web texture. Yeah, that looks right. Kind of like that. Spider legs like that. Add some more webbing to the arm. Like this. Not sure what I was thinking with that hand, but we'll just ignore it. Okay, we need to do some more spider legs here. Try and be very careful around these legs. Right, and these feet down here. Alright, and then these web shooters. And another hand for me to mess up. Spider web. Something like that, I think. Let's add some more detail to the buildings. Like this window. Let's add a little midpoint to that. And trace a couple of these bricks. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not entirely sure what to say because I'm kind of not entirely sure what I'm doing, but I'm having a lot of fun, so I'm just gonna go with it. Look at that. Oh, and I could probably outline these letters. Pretty bad graphic design to put that right over the eye. Can't even see it. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I forgot some spider legs. Those are kind of important. Oh, we forgot some webbing too. Now the only thing I'm noticing with this is the background's really purple, and so is she, and she's kind of blending in with the background. So I'm thinking if I add like a little layer of watercolors and darken her up, like, because the old one was more of this dark bluish gray, whereas this one's more of a purple. So I kind of want to see if that will help make her stand out a bit more. Extra layer here. This is just Canson mixed media paper. This is kind of dangerous trying to add another layer. But I think hopefully it'll be worth it. How's that look? Is that any better? I feel like it's better. The other thing I could do is try to add a white line around the character. That's actually, even though that's the way I always fix things, look, they did it too. Look, Gotham Academy did it. White border around that, yeah. It's not a completely unheard of. I think I'll use the Posca pen for this. Ooh, I can use it to draw a web. Ooh, I do like that way better than it was. I'm gonna try, this could be a mistake, but I'm gonna add webbing to the dark purple. No, I don't like it. I should have used the purple or the pink Posca. Can I draw over it with this? Yeah, that's not bad. I'm definitely better at drawing characters just standing there than, you know, the whole background kit and caboodle. That doesn't mean I'm not trying. I don't know why they're spraying web straight down. I just felt like drawing it. There we go. I think that improved it. I like it better now. There you go. I set up to do everything I wanted to do today with art-wise. We have our comic book. I'm gonna have to keep practicing that. This is definitely more my speed and what I do for funsies, so this was more of a challenge to try and make the comic book cover, and I had a lot of fun with that. But look at all this. I made like the thumbnails for the cover, and then here's my final design right there. My Spidey suit. I meant to make like a Spider-sona, so it's like me as Spider-Man, but I know I would never wear that. But it's cool, and I really like it. I feel like I made a new outfit that I've never seen before, so that's a plus. And I had so much fun drawing Spider-Man and everybody, and I guess me. And I like what I came up with. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for coming along with me as I drew a purple Spider-Man girl thing. All it needs is a reflection, but I'm not really sure how to go about that. That would really help even this out. Anyway, thanks for coming along with me on my little art adventure where I created a new Spidey suit. Let me know if you've created your own Spider-sona, and if you have, totally share it with me. I'd love to see it. I just love Spider-Man. Oh, and if you notice, I got acrylic paint on my nails and I could not get it off for the life of me. And I keep thinking this little spot right here is a corn kernel, but no, it's paint. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you all have a delicious evening full of waffles, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!